Hello, welcome to episode 12 of Science at Home with Mr. Hall. I'm Jerry Hall. I'm a science teacher in Fauquier County. And this is my lab assistant and my son, Liam. Say hi, Liam.
Hi.
Want to give a shout out to your teacher?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to Miss Reese.
You want to give a shout out to Miss Reese. All right.
All right.
So, I want to talk a little bit about density today. So, all matter has mass and volume. All matter has mass and takes up space. That's what volume is. So, because all matter has mass and volume, all matter also has density. And density is the only way to actually identify something chemically. Density is found by finding the mass of something and dividing by its volume. In other words, density is the amount of mass in a certain volume. It might sound a little bit confusing, so let me show you a little bit with these density blocks here. So each of these blocks is made of something different. Some of them are wood, some of them are metal, some of them are plastic. And for example, this is PVC plastic, this is steel, which is metal, oak and pine are wood, and aluminum and acrylic plastic. So all these are made of different things, but they all have exactly the same volume. They take up exactly the same amount of space. So each of these is 1 cubic inch. So length times width times height is volume, and that's 1 cubic inch of space. All of these take up the same exact amount of space, but they all are made of different things, so they all have a different mass. So let me see, I'm going to put the heaviest one. This is copper. It's a metal. The heaviest one. This is found on the periodic table. It's an element, and it's a metal. I'm going to put this on one side of this balance. I'm going to see how many of these other ones I can put on the other side of the balance, and they're not heavier than the copper. Here's the acrylic, the aluminum, another piece of acrylic, some pine wood, a couple of pieces of oak and pine, and this one is the PVC, which is plastic, made your pipes are made of. Well, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cubes on this side, Liam, can't weigh more than that cube on this side. Isn't that amazing? So this cube of copper weighs more than all that. That's because it has more mass in the same amount of volume. So it's far more dense. So copper is very much more dense than these other substances, which makes it a lot heavier. So matter comes in 3 phases. Do you know what are the 3 phases of matter?
Solid, liquid, and gas.
Good. I surprised you with that question, didn't I? So we know solids have density. It's pretty easy to tell, right? This countertop's pretty dense, right? Paper is not so dense. But you might not think about the fact that liquids have density too. So I have prepared, come on over here where we can see this. I've prepared 7 different liquids in these little cups. You got honey, Karo corn syrup, Dawn dish soap, water, which I've dyed red, vegetable oil, baby oil, and rubbing alcohol, which I've dyed green. Now this is the only one that's dangerous to you, so you want to have an adult around if you're going to use rubbing alcohol. Yeah, this is a dangerous substance. So what we're going to try to do is see if liquids have different densities as well. So I got a tall glass. A vase would work, but this tall glass is going to work for this. And I'm going to ask Liam to do the following things. I'm going to give him each of these cups. I'm going to ask him to pour these down the center without trying not to touch the side. Down the center of the glass. So here's the honey.
I bet the honey has density.
Think?
Yeah.
So there goes the honey. Notice I'm trying not to get that sticky honey on the sides of this container. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt it back up. Now, the honey takes longer to pour, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Honey is an organic substance. It's made by bees when they're pollinating. So, Liam, this is called Karo syrup, which is corn syrup, which is found, it's sweetener, it's sugar, basically. So I want you to try to pour that down the center. So hold it up so it pours down the center, not down the side. Good, okay, very nice. So tilt it up carefully. Good work. All right, next, this is Dawn dish soap. It's blue on its own. So carefully right down the center. Keep pouring. Tilt it a little more. And tilt it more towards me. Pour it all out. Wow, look at that. That's so cool. So next, I'm going to give you some water. Now I dyed the water red so we can see it better. Pour it slowly. Now water is going to pour real fast because it doesn't have as much viscosity. So go ahead and pour it in. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep pouring slowly, slowly. Okay. Wow, check that out. Wow, look what we got so far. Okay. Next, I'm going to have you pour the vegetable oil in there. So pour it slowly. Pour the rest of it in. Keep pouring. So next, we're going to pour the baby oil in on top of that. So go ahead. Finally, rubbing alcohol. Now we're starting to run out of space, so pour slowly. So we may not be able to put all of it in. A little tiny bit more. That's good. All right, so depending on how slowly you pour this stuff, and if you give it a second, if you wait a second, then you're going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers of liquid. 7 different layers because each of these 7 liquids has a different density. And the densest liquid, honey, stays on the bottom, while the least dense liquid in this group, rubbing alcohol, goes onto the top. So each of these liquids stack on top of each other because of density. All matter has mass, volume, and density. So try it at home, see what other liquids you might be able to do. Just before you do any dangerous liquids, anything that might hurt you, ask a parent. So look at basic stuff like cooking liquids and things like that. So try it. Make sure to post what you've done. Make sure to comment and share and like. And subscribe if you will. And as always, science is all around us.